We here at OneUp are privileged to be able to meet and talk with many game developers during the course of the year, but it's not often that we get to meet and speak with one of the top 50 greatest basketball players of all time. The person I'm referring to is Shaquille O'Neal. Looked like you were having a good time out there doing the mocap. What's it like doing the motion capture with covered in ping pong balls?
Technology has come a long way. The first game I played was NBA Double Dribble. We just used to pass a little ball on the TV screen and shoot. But with the motion capture, it allows you to capture the motion of what a player does. So I just wanted to come out here and give some of my moves and some of the stuff I do after my moves.
You were doing a lot of ad-lib moves and a little shoulder shaking, going up against Marvin Williams. Are you looking forward to seeing your signature moves in the game?
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing my signature moves. Graphic-wise, I think this is the best as it gets. You know, we have the feature called a shot stick where we allow the people who's playing the game to control their own shot. And we also have a feature where you can go to Rucker Park and, you know, play against your favorite superstar. But this is a great game, and I think, like I said, graphic-wise, this is, you know, the closest that I've seen to all the NBA players' likenesses.
It's been a long time since Shaq Fu came out in 1994, and video games have definitely come a long way, as you've said. Do you play NBA 2K yourself?
Yes, I'm gonna really start playing NBA 2K6. This is something that I'm gonna give to my sons, and you know, my sons play a lot of video games, and you know, technology has come a long way, and it's only gonna keep getting better.
The Heat went 59-23 last year, and you've still made a lot of off-season moves to improve the team. How much better do you think you can get?
I think we can get a lot better. You know, we let about 7 to 8 games really slip away. So you know, we could have damn near won, you know, 65, 66 games. But you know, we got a lot more firepower, and you know, we're going to do what it takes to, you know, win a championship.
Do you expect to win it all this year?
Yes. Anything else is uncivilized.
Let's call it. Shaquille O'Neal was thrown down with authority by Shaq. That's good team basketball right there.
This is Marvin Williams.
The dish to Williams, answered right back by Williams. He would not be denied on that jam.
Do you play video games in real life?
I do play video games. It's great to be in one, definitely.
What do you think about seeing yourself in the mocap sessions, the mocap footage, seeing yourself in a real game? How do you feel about that?
It's exciting. You know, I'm kind of learning about how they make video games, and that's just one step, a tiny step, but it's fun to see that.
What was it like going up against Shaq during the mocap sessions?
It was fun. You know, I was just waiting for him to do what he had to do so he can take it from there so I can laugh at him. So it was pretty fun.
He was doing a little ad-lib stuff. Does he do that in real life on the court?
I'm not sure. You know, we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
What do you think? What do you think it's going to be like when you actually meet up with him on the real court in the real game?
It'll be exciting. You know, he's the most dominant player to ever play this game, so it'll definitely be exciting to be on the same floor as him.
If your coach says that you're on the case and you got to defend against Shaq, what are you going to do?
I'm going to try my best to defend him until I have some help.
Yeah. You guys look like you're having some fun out there. Is this the first time you've ever done some motion capture sessions?
This is the first time I ever have. You know, I'm sure Shaq's done it before, but this is my first time. So.
Yeah. How much of your own signature style do you think you've put into the moves that they asked you to do?
I don't know. You know, hopefully I put a lot of it in there. You know, I can tell by my walk. You know, people that know me will know that's me walking out there.
So when I'm playing the game and like I see the highlight reels going by, are those going to be like a lot of your moves?
So definitely.
Greg Thomas, thank you for spending some time with us. Can you tell us what's it like to have one of the 50 greatest basketball players of all time on the cover of your upcoming basketball game?
Working with Shaq has just been great. I mean, he is the presence in the paint. He is the guy who dominates in every respect, and he's really helped us look at that aspect in our game in a whole different way. So just getting a lot of that post movement in, all the shots, all that kind of the stuff that Shaq does, the rolls and all that in our game, just like Shaq does, is great. It just makes our game that much more authentic.
I don't know if you got a chance to see any of it, but he put a lot of body English and a lot of fun stuff in the mocap session that we saw today. Do you think any of that stuff will make it into the game?
I mean, we're making a really authentic sports game here. Not saying there won't be any Easter eggs, because we always like to have some Easter eggs in the game, but nothing will be there from the time that you first boot it.
Why did you guys settle on Marvin Williams to do mocap for the college game?
I mean, I think we've watched Marvin really grow up and play a lot of basketball, and him tying in with UNC made a lot of sense. Then he went number 2. He's a great basketball player. He's going to do a great job in the league, and just getting him on the cover for college hoops is great for us.
The NBA 2K series has just been getting better and better, and the graphics and visuals and the animation and the speed in this year's version are just phenomenal. Like, what would you attribute that to?
A lot of hard work, lots of long hours. We really rethought the way players move on the court when you play basketball from really kind of a black screen this year. And it makes a tremendous difference in the way that you play the game, in the movements you see, in the smoothness of the animations. But really, it's just a lot of work, a lot of people working really hard.
Do you think that in the course of the game that the Heat are definitely going to be one of the dominating teams based on not only their record but the moves that they've made in the offseason to upgrade their roster?
Yeah, I mean, the Heat are going to be very strong. I mean, Jay Will getting on the Heat along with Shaq and Dwayne Wade is going to be a very difficult force to stop, I think. I've been a Lakers fan for a long time, but since Shaq switched to the Heat, I'm now a Heat fan. So I'm looking forward to this season, and I'm sure Shaq is as well.
Just on a pure basketball note, like the Eastern Conference is always pretty heavily contested, but now that the Knicks have hired Larry Brown, how do you see that affecting the Eastern Conference?
I think it's going to take probably a couple of years for us to see any kind of real impact that Larry Brown's going to have in New York. But, who knows? There's a lot of trades that are still going to happen, and who really knows what's going to happen this year. I just know the Heat will be strong, and, you got to expect the Pistons to still be strong. And
since you did mention the Lakers, where do you think they're going?
That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. I have a lot of respect for Phil Jackson. I think he's done a great job. But they've got some interesting players in their roster now.
Definitely. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, and good luck with the game.
Set 'em on fire. Set 'em on fire.